Hey guys, thanks for watching. I have got the strangest hunt that I have ever been on for you today. It's actually a 2-day hunt, and I'm going back to the 1909 house that I've been digging for probably about 2 weeks now. Now, this would probably be my 6th trip back, and I wasn't expecting much. The very first trip, it's when I dug a barber quarter and a token and some coins right off the bat, just boom, 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 and I thought, man, this place is undetected. And then the finds dried up. I wasn't finding anything, and I couldn't understand it. I just felt like there had to be something more there, but it wasn't. Well, I went back on a Hail Mary hunt 2 days ago. There were a few shrubs that I know that I hadn't really checked thoroughly, kind of around the edges. I didn't want to spend any more than 10 or 15 minutes. And in the 15 minutes that I was there, I dug 9 holes. And I think 4 or 5 of those holes produced great targets. So, you know I'm going back. I had no explanation for it. I couldn't understand why all of a sudden signals were there when they weren't before. And then I realized it had rained heavily a couple days before, and the ground was pretty wet. So on the second hunt, I go back, and I'm blown away. Guys, this hunt has everything that I love in it. It's got 2 bucket list items, good old coins, some awesome relics, and a good story. Hope you enjoy this one. I sure did. And I've got a nickel. Hoping for a buffalo. And I think that's what it is. That would be the 2nd or 3rd buffalo to come out of Miss S's yard. Oh, these pants get dirty. There we go. I'll see if I can fish a date off of it a little later. I tell you what, the only thing that can account for all of a sudden all these signals popping up where I've already been and found nothing is rain. That's an old nickel, looks like. I can't tell what it is yet. Let me clean it up a little bit. I suspect that'll be a V nickel. Hard to say though. Alright, I'll show it to you when I get cleaned up. Alright, there it is. It is a V nickel. A 1908. A little bit of the V on the back still. Alright, I think I've got an Indian in here. Got green color on it. Come on, turn. Yep. That's what it is. Right there. It's a 1901. I think I see a date on it. Very cool. Doing good on the coins today. This is nuts. I don't believe that. See that down in there? Had to be on edge because it did not ring up at all like a silver. And I may have hit it because I kind of brushed it. In fact, there's the imprint. It just broke. Alright. Very surprising. Gonna be a barber, I think. Oh wow, look at that. That one looks like it's in pretty good shape, so we're not going to rub it any further than what I just did right there. Very cool. I'll clean it up and show you. Well, it's a bucket lister for me. No, I've dug barber quarters before, but that is my very first mint mark. That is awesome to see right there. Man, that dime's in good shape too. Very cool. I just pulled a wheat penny out from under this, foot fire. What are them things called? Anyway, I'll think of it in a minute. I think it's a 1910, but it's in real bad shape, so it's a wild guess. If I find out, I'll tell you. Alright, another old nickel. Oh, I can see that one. That one's a buffalo. See if we can get a date. I don't think it's going to have a date on it. Cool find. A lot of nickels laying around here. Oh my gosh, I thought I just dug a large cent. I don't know what it is. It's not a large cent, but it's a big old token or medallion of some sort. Big old heavy thick thing. Goodness gracious, let's get that cleaned off and see what we got. I absolutely love tokens for just this reason. Look how much information and detail is on this thing. You know it's got a good story to tell. So it says the Panama Pacific International Exposition, the land divided, the world united, San Francisco, 1915. The exposition, you have to think along the lines of the World's Fair. It's what it was essentially. And really what was being celebrated was the completion of the Panama Canal. And there were a lot of cities vying for this. New Orleans and San Francisco in particular. Even Congress got involved. But when we flip to the back of this token, we see there's another state mentioned. For Tennessee Exposition Fund. What's that all about? Well, this exposition was going to be an invite to the world to come show their goods and their wares, their inventions, their art, anything they had to show the world they would bring to this exposition. And each nation that came wanted to build the best booth or exhibit. And the states, all the states in the U.S. came as well. So this token would have been used to help raise money for Tennessee's exhibit at the exposition. And it would have been sold for $1. At the time, they were called so-called dollars. So San Francisco gets picked. Then disaster strikes. In 1906, as preparations are being made for this exposition, a huge earthquake hits San Francisco and destroys it. Fires rage and burn through the rubble. And people wondered what was going to happen to the exposition. Well, San Francisco would not be denied. They had rebuilt the city by 1912, and all the rubble, well, they shoved it into a giant swamp, and that made the foundations for the exposition itself. 635 acres of it. Incredible buildings being built, many for countries and states. The Liberty Bell even came and made an appearance at the exposition. There was a racetrack around the outside perimeter of the complex, and overhead, airplanes flew, which was something that everybody enjoyed seeing at that particular time. One of the main features was called the Tower of Jewels, and it was covered with these glass gemstones which hung all over the outside of it, and lights were shown on these gemstones, and the whole thing just radiated light. These gemstones were called Nova Gems. Now, I know a lot of you guys have dug up what you think is like a big rhinestone or a big piece of colored glass. You might want to take a closer look. It's possible you've got a Nova Gem on your hand. One of the best stories that I found in researching this was how the whole event got kicked off. President Wilson was in New Jersey, and a telegraph line was run all the way across the United States. And on the opening day in New Jersey, President Wilson pressed a golden telegraph button, and it sent a signal all the way to California, started a diesel motor, which opened the gates and started one of the fountains in the center of the complex. The exposition ran for 10 months. At the end, believe it or not, all of these buildings except for one were dismantled and destroyed. Very cool piece of history. They say that people that went to this one exposition probably stands out in their mind as the single greatest thing they ever witnessed in their life. I think I just got another V-nickel and it double hit. It was literally laying underneath that moss somewhere. But I'm pretty sure that's a V-nickel. Yep. 1898. Hot dog. Wow. Wow, officially the best coin day. Check this out. Okay, right there's the V-nickel. Right here, listen to this. There's something iron laying in there, but I got this terrible signal. It's an Indian. Can't quite make the date on it. Let's give it a pants rub. This is crazy. How do you miss this many signals? 1907 or 1902. Awesome. I thought this sounded awful loud to be just a wheat penny. And it did. There's more than one in there. It's got a little spill here. Well, that's a nice green one. I bet that one's old. Yeah. 1919. Can't get a date on the other one yet. Let's see if there's any more in there. Yeah, I'll re-swing it, but I think that was it. Well, I'm gonna quit saying I don't believe it, but this rang up solid 80, nice and sharp, which is very weird for an Indian head penny. Well, if you can see that. Oh man, we'll do a pants rub. I guess the thing that just blows my mind is I've covered this area twice and I struck out the last time I was here. How do you do that? Oh, this one's pretty. 19. Come on, focus you. 1905. Somehow I've hit my lock. Anyway, I'll show you a clean up picture. Oh my gosh. You know what beats a day full of Indian heads, wheat cents, V-nickels, and buffalo nickels? It ain't silver. It's a relic, and it's been on my bucket list since the first one I ever saw. Oh my gosh. Check this out. Dug that Indian head penny, which I said was nice and loud at 80. This was nice and loud at 80, but that ain't no Indian head cent. Look at that. Oh, yes. Man, have I wanted one of those heel plates for so long. And it's not broken or anything. That is awesome. Oh, yes. Gosh, that's a beauty right there. Favorite find. That beats the bucket list barber quarter, the bucket list mint mark dime. That beats all of them right there in my opinion. I love that thing. Wow, what a day. I'm gonna quit on that note. I can always come back.